Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us. Tonight, we are lucky enough to have Gabriel and Nyoni join us on the show. Gabriel, thank you for joining today.
Oh, thanks very much, and welcome all viewers who are watching.
Yeah, so Gabriel, I know we've obviously had conversations before, but just to give everyone else an update about who we are, it's Africa Sports Consultants. If you're here for the first time, we're here to empower athletes, and today we have the honor of having Gabriel Nyoni, and he's going to be sharing some of his experiences with us. So we want to dive straight into it because we've got very limited time. I know you're a very busy guy, and I'm going to go straight into it. And my first question for you tonight is, obviously you played most of your trade in Zimbabwe, and just talk us through your transition between going from playing in Zim to coming down to the PSL in South Africa.
When I was playing in Zimbabwe, it was quite a good foundation. It was a good foundation for me to, which prepared me to come and play in SA. In Zimbabwe, I think I spent 6 years at Highlanders, which were productive 6 years, and within those 6 years, I was also at Nast University, where I did my Bachelor of Commerce Honors in Marketing. So my time at Highlanders was one of the best times I've had in football. And then from there, I went to Cape United, where I spent 6 months. 6 months there. I also enjoyed my time there, but not as much as I enjoyed it at Highlanders, because at Highlanders there were a lot of memories. Because remember, I spent 6 years at Highlanders. So at Cape United, I also enjoyed it, but not as much as Highlanders. So 6 months at Cape United. Then that's where Maritzburg United noticed my talent and decided to buy me from Cape United. And to be honest, that transition was not that difficult. I thought it would be difficult, but it was not that difficult. Change of environment. But the only thing which was quite difficult for me was I had a pre-season in Zimbabwe with Cape United. That was February 2019. Then I played 12 games for them. That's when I went to Maritzburg United. From there, I had another preseason again at Maritzburg United. I think which is something that clubs from South Africa, when they're signing players, they should look into, because the seasons are different. The one in Zimbabwe and the one in South Africa. So I had 2 preseasons. So that for me was difficult for me. You're starting again to preseason in football is hard work. Starting again to do preseason, and afterwards you start playing games. So by the time you start playing games here in South Africa, your legs already have gone through a whole series of training. Your legs will be finished. And so I think I'm not a professional in terms of fitness and all that, but I think that's what causes injuries in players. I've seen a lot of players that come from Zim coming this side, they start having injuries. I think that's one of the causes, because our preseason in Zimbabwe is in January, February, somewhere there. And the preseason in South Africa is in June, July, somewhere there. So I think there should be programs for people players who are being bought from Zimbabwe coming to South Africa in that period of time. So that's the only thing that was difficult for me. And I started having injuries, of course. But then all other things remaining constant, the transition was quite smooth.
Wow, yeah, that's quite a few gems that you've pulled out there, and something that I think us ordinary folk could never have thought about. And obviously, you plied your trade there at Maritzburg United. You must have some special memories that you remember while at Maritzburg. What jumps to the top of your head now? From Maritzburg.
My penalty, the penalty I scored, Telkom quarterfinal. Yeah, I think Telkom quarterfinal. we played against Islands Park, and I came in the extra time, and we got into penalties. Then the coach Eric Tingle asked who wants to take penalties, and most of the players didn't want to take penalties. Then I decided, no, I want to take one. You know, that courage. I just said I want to take one. And okay, he said you take the fifth one. Then we started taking penalties. Then it was now left for me to score the last penalty. Trust you me, I've never been scared in my life. I was so scared of that penalty. And I went to the penalty spot shivering, you know. But I did a small prayer. I'm a prayerful person. I did a small prayer that said, God, in this particular moment, please help me. If you've ever helped me before, this time, please help me. You know, I did my small prayer in my heart, and I took the penalty and I scored, and I was so happy. And you know, so I think that's one of the best moments that I always remember. I think that I'll always remember for a long time to come. And the team went on to progress to the final, and we were runners up to Mamelodi Sundowns. So yeah, so I have a silver medal for Telkom Cup. I'm happy for it because I took part in it.
No, that sounds pretty special.
And of course, the second one was when I got the Man of the Match award. It was special to me, you know, coming to South Africa, you get a Man of the Match award in APSA. It's something that you can write home about, you know, even for your kids, even for my kid. She was happy. And even for the kids that will come in future of mine, I think I'll also be showing them that one of the days I did this, you know, it's something special to me.
Wow, yeah, I can see exactly why you'd hold that memory dear to your heart. Because I actually thought that's what you jumped to, but I'd forgotten about that penalty, which was a thunderbolt, very composed penalty, I must say.
Yeah,
That you
composed
scored.
in scene, but in heart, I wasn't composed.
No, that's why you get paid the big bucks. You know, we are watching nervously, and you look like you have it all under control. But obviously, that journey went quite quickly, and they let you parted ways with the team. And what was that feeling like? Obviously, when you've been on contact with your club, but now suddenly you are left in the cold. You have no club to play for.
No, it's something that came to me as a shock, actually, because I wasn't expecting it, to be honest, and even a lot of people weren't expecting. No one expected it except the ones who were planning it. You know, no one expected such a move. But we just have to. I just have to accept it and move on with it, because if you don't accept it, you fall, and you fall forever. Actually, you know, when you fall down, you have to dust yourself up and stand. Because if you don't stand for yourself, no one else is going to stand for you. It's you who create your own reality. Remember, the Bible says, "As a man thinketh, so is he." So I to make sure that I think positively, and I think the rest was history.
Now, before I jump into the rest, which is actually the meat and bones of what I want to go into tonight. Obviously, during this transition period, you are someone who we're going to take a little left turn into a bit of your personal life, where you had to now look at life after your partner, when you and your partner split up, and that must have been a difficult time that you went through.
Yeah, definitely. When I separated from my long-term girlfriend in circumstances which were not nice, I was going through that. While I was still going through that pain of losing a lot of money and separating with my long-term girlfriend of 12 years, that's when the news of, you know, being released from marriage came again. So to me, it was really painful, and I had to be strong for myself and for my mother, for those who believe in me and those who trust in my work. I had to be strong. So and after that, I pray to God to give me the strength to move on, and give me the strength to, to keep on working hard. Like me, I believe in hard work. And so, and I also decided after that that I want to give my commitment to football, all my commitment, and I sacrificed my dating life, and I said my life will mainly be concerned with football and trying to get a new club by then, because I didn't have a new club. So yeah, after that, that's when I got a new club, and God answered my prayers. Remember in Jeremiah 33 verse 3, God says, call unto me and I'll show you great and mighty things that you do not know of. I called unto him, and he showed me those great and mighty things that I actually didn't know of. Also, his word is faithful. He also says, God is not a man that he should lie, or is he a son of man that he should change his mind. So if you said he has plans for you to prosper, you always prosper, no matter what would have happened to you. So those are the words from the Bible and what God says that kept me going. The faith that something good will come up for me. Remember, faith is the substance of things not seen and the evidence of things hoped for. So I hoped for it, and it came true.
Wow. This is not stuff that you can plan for. This is stuff that comes up, and as you've said, that how God came through for you, which is absolutely amazing, and that through all of this you stuck to that. And for me, what really stands out for me is the initiative you took. You've been let go by a club. You took initiative. You didn't pray and sit in a corner, but you also went on and you took the initiative to get your next club. So now, for everyone who's sitting on the other watching us, can you just tell them how you managed to secure that club that you moved over to now?
Yeah. When I left Maritzburg United, there were quite a number of clubs which wanted me, some from Botswana, and some from Zimbabwe. They offered me quite good amounts of money, good offers. But I wasn't interested in going back to Zimbabwe. I was not interested in going to Botswana. I was more interested in South Africa and going to other bigger clubs, like bigger leagues actually. So as a person with a degree in marketing, I thought to myself, I have to take myself out there. The club didn't release me not because I'm good, but because of unfortunate circumstances, which are injuries in this matter. So I had clips, I had videos. I decided to take myself out there and showcase what I can do and what the amount of value I can offer to a club. And I posted it on my Twitter account. People loved it. People retweeted it and all that. The love I got from people was overwhelming, because I always believe that talent is nothing without people. People are the ones that make you great. In Ndebele, we say umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu. You are who you are because of people. So because of that and the love I got, I managed to get a club. Yes, Kepumoye also had interest in me before, but that tweet also cemented that interest. And I got a contract, I think similar to the PSO contract, to be honest. It's a good contract for me. And after that, I can't say it's unfortunate or fortunate, actually, because after that, I got offers now from bigger clubs, after that, in the PSL and in Egypt, and some contacts in Europe, though. So I can't say I regret signing. No, I'm really happy, and the people here are taking good care of me, and I'm ready to help them. But after that, I got contacts from bigger clubs, of which I just goes to show how much talent that that I have, and that I didn't realize that I actually have, you know. So for now, I'm concentrating on my club, and we've started training, and we are working hard to make sure that this year they try as much as possible. We try as much as possible to get into the PSL.
Wow. Once again, you've thrown me off slightly there, but it's absolutely amazing how what you have done, how you've combined your sporting prowess with your academic excellence, which is something as Africa Sports Consultancy that we advocate a lot for. Having both strings to your bow, that you know that be it on the playing field or be it outside of the playing field, that you have these options which are open to you, and how you have combined it has gone to show the value of having both. And it's not to say that without either one, you're not going to be successful, but how you've put that together is absolutely amazing. And hats off to you, Gabriel, because it is absolutely inspiring. And to take that initiative as a player on your own, it goes on to say a lot about your character and about yourself. But I can imagine it couldn't have been easy, studying full time and also playing full time. How did you balance the two together?
Most importantly, when in life, it's all about how you manage your time management. You know, even now, if I give you an exercise and say, sit down, take a piece of paper, write your goals on the right and your daily activities on the left, and link your daily activities to your goal, you see that most of the daily activities that you do not link you up to your goals. So if you remove those daily activities that don't link you up to your goals, you'll find out that you have a lot of time on your hands to achieve your goals. So I had to do a lot of time management. Remember, as we train, especially during the season, 2 hours a day, 1 hour, 30 minutes minimum, 2 hours maximum. So in 12 hours of the day, you have 6 hours, how much? It's 10 hours left. 10 hours left for you to do something else you want to do. So that was the time that I would spend at university, you know, doing my assignments, doing my schoolwork and all that. And even now, like I have applied for a law degree with UNISA, I can see still that I have a lot of time. You know, I can do my second degree online with UNISA. I've always wanted to be a lawyer. Remember, now I'm 28. I think I have 5 years of playing football. After that, I'll be done. And if you calculate, if I start my law degree now, 4 years from now, after I finish my football, I'll be a lawyer. You see? So if you calculate that time, you see that we have quite a lot of time in our hands as footballers that we can do something else you can add to our careers. And I also look at people who are in top positions in Zimbabwe. They are 50 years, 40 years, 60 years. So I still have a lot of time to be part of those elite people top there, because I'm only 28. When it comes to football, yes, your age is going, the time is moving out. But when it comes to life in general, you're still a young man. You understand? So I still have a lot of time in my hands to do other things. Like now, I want to do my second degree. I want to do law. I still have time to do that. I also have a dream one day to be involved in top management in football. So all these qualifications will help me secure those places.
Gabriel, that is exactly why I look at your CV and I say, this is exactly the guy we need to be talking to. These are the sort of guys we need to be exposing to the world out there, because it is possible. We tend to always limit ourselves to think we can only do one thing or the other. And that aspect you touched on time management, I couldn't have said it any better than you did right there. And it just goes to show why you are where you are today. It is not by chance that you've gotten to where you've got to. And look, we've got about 10 minutes to go. So what I'll just do quickly is I'll just give everyone an opportunity to type in their questions. I've got one more question for you on my side. So if for those who are watching, you can type in your questions that you'd want Gabriel to answer. I'll pick a couple and then I will ask them to him. So Gabriel, I know you've told us about the time management. You've told us about your aspirations, which is something, again, in previous conversations we've had, as Africa Sports Consultancy, those are the things we are trying to get athletes in this continent to be thinking about. What happens post their careers, you know, how to prepare for that. And you are definitely steps ahead of many others. But what advice would you give a young man who's looking to be a professional sportsman? What advice would you give them?
You know, when people used to tell me that discipline is important, I didn't understand it the way I understand it now. I followed when they said, my parents and everyone else saying, yeah, discipline is important. Yes, and I followed it, like I'm disciplined. But I didn't understand the actual importance of it. Because discipline includes a lot of things, you know, includes a lot on your time, on your behavior, time and behavior. What are you disciplined with your time? What are you using your time for? Are you disciplined in terms of your own behavior? You know, and I followed it unknowing that now I discover that okay, I was disciplined in this, I was disciplined in that, but before I didn't know. So what I can encourage young people out there is to be disciplined. You know, have a lot of discipline. And what you do when people are not watching is what you really are. And champions are not made when people are seeing. Champions are made when you are in your private space. What you do in your private space. I always talk about God. What God sees you in private, and He rewards you in public. You know, everything you now see in public is something that you did in private, and God is now rewarding you in public. You know, so I encourage young people out there and everyone out there. You know, when you're alone, do the proper things. As a soccer player, as a sports person, as a soccer player, you have to do something that links you to soccer every day. Every day, do a workout, kick a ball, do something that links you to a dream. Because if you don't do anything that links you to a dream, no one else will do it for you. So that discipline of working hard in private is very important. And also to manage your brand, what you post on social media, what you do in terms of women. I always link up again with the Bible. The Bible says, do not waste your energy on women. God knew what He was talking about, because there's a lot of energy and time that you lose when it comes to women. So you reduce the amount of time, even to women as well. Reduce they are also women in sports. You know, they should also reduce their time with men that cannot support their dream. You know, because they are also women in sport and who want to make it out there. Look, there are women we have made it. Look at Serena Williams. We can talk about quite a lot of women that have made it in sports. So I also encourage women to also be disciplined. I think, and focus is very critical. They have to focus. If they want to be a soccer player, just have to keep a focus, working hard and staying disciplined. I think that's what is important.
Wow, very, very well said. You know, you're giving out gems of advice. You're not just a speedy superstar on the field, but you're a very wise 28-year-old. Some people say the wise people have gray hairs, but I can't see any on your head. So it looks like you are steps ahead of your time. Okay, I'm just looking here. We are running out of time. I'm just looking at one of the comments here. It's asking, what is your next goal?
In terms of soccer, okay, I have two goals now, two important goals. In terms of football, I want to score goals, you know, for this NFD team, Kepumo, and make sure that I help it to go back in the PSL. But for me, I think 6 months from now, I need to go back in the PSL. In terms of football, I need to go back in the PSL. If it's not in the PSL, something bigger, a bigger league. That's 6 months from now. That's my target. And that is my goal. That is what I'm working on. I want 6 months from now back in the PSL. So that is, let's say that is my we put it as a what? Is a vision for 2020. Go back in the PSL in 6 months. Then the mission, of course, is work hard every day. Score goals, assists, and all that, which is very important. Then when it comes to my business life, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm launching my Gene 27 brand soon. That is my goal, my next goal. And then when it comes to school, I have applied to UNISA for law. So I'll be doing bachelor's in law as well, which I'll be finishing, of course, in the next 4 years. So maybe in the next 4 years, you'll be calling me Advocate Nyoni. So yeah, I think those are my goals for now.
Well, I might as well start now, Advocate.
Yeah.
No, absolutely phenomenal. Look, it's not very often that you speak to a professional athlete who's so well organized, who has it all planned, has it all together, and it's role models like yourself that we need to showcase, we need to show to the rest of the world, and especially to young African boys and girls who have dreams, who have aspirations, and who want to also reach the heights you've gotten to, even go bigger, go better. And the only way that they can learn is if they can follow your steps, as you are the ones who've broken the way and gotten to that point.
And actually, the thing is, correct on some of the mistakes I also made, because I am human. I can never be 100%. There's nothing like that. Even God said no one is perfect. So they can also learn from the mistakes I also made in my life. While when they follow my life, they can also learn from the mistakes, because there are also other things that we make mistakes, other things we regret not doing, other things that we did. So they should also learn from those things. They should not be like me. They should be better than me. I don't want someone who be like me. No, I want someone who is better than me. When young people come to my inbox and they ask me, what should I do to be like you? I always tell them, I don't want you to be like you. You were made in a special way. Remember, everyone was created in the image of God, and so we are creators on our own. We are small gods. So you have your own ability and you have your own direction. Never copy someone's direction. Copy maybe the basics like discipline, hard work, and all that. But you have your own way of doing things that is inside you. You have your own path that you have to take. So I always encourage that be better than me, not like me. Being like me, you can never be like someone else, but you can be a better version of yourself.
Wow, Advocate, you're hitting the right spots. And for anyone watching out there, take note, make a recording, do what you need to do, note this down, because this is some great advice coming from GN27, Gabriel Nyoni, Cape Umoya superstar. Gabriel, thank you so much for joining us today. And we're hoping that we'll definitely keep in touch offline in terms of the consultancy, and that we will be with you along your journey that is very promising. And, thank you very much to everyone who's tuned in tonight. As you can see here, we've got Gabriel who came, devoted some time for us. And as we are going forward, we really look forward to working very, very closely to him. And just to give you a little teaser, like Gabriel said, there's lots of boys and girls who play. Next week on the show, we have a young lady who's trying to break, let me not say trying, she's making very big strides in the sporting fraternity. And be sure to tune in and to see who that is. From my side, that's it. Gabriel, again, thank you very much for joining.
No, you're welcome. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
All right, cheers. Okay, bye.
Thank you very much, everyone. That's it. We will catch up again next week. same place, same time. Keep sanitizing, keep washing your hands, and keep looking after your loved ones. And don't be like Gabriel, be a better version of Gabriel.